So what's up,
Hey, what's up?
YouTube? This is your boy Kirby Curbs with CJ here. Uh, we're both here interviewing HmongAssassin, which won the last week's modern slash traditional tournament. Hmong, how are you?
I'm doing good, Kirby.
Uh, you're using empty jar, correct?
Yep, using empty jar. Really broken. Like I saw like morphing jar. It was too good. So
It was a pretty good choice. I'm not gonna lie. Me and Chris were seeing this, and Chris, what was your reaction seeing Empty Jar, especially in this tournament?
Well, I was surprised. Like, I was honestly surprised that it topped. Like, do you feel like your experience in the original tournament gave you kind of an advantage coming into it again versus, the majority of the players that were just testing out decks? Or,
yeah, I do like it did give me the upper hand because I knew that a lot of people would just be playing. They would be playing normal decks, whereas I'd be playing an FTK deck that could win first turn. So I knew that I'd probably be able to beat them before they can make off their big plays. Because a lot of people would try to play a lot of old decks, where I could just beat them first turn.
Not bad. And I mean, all your card choices were pretty good. Like we saw you, just basically wrecking the whole tournament with this deck, and it's like it was just pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Well, if we look in the extra deck, it's just all fusion monsters. So clearly you weren't doing any
Yeah.
synchro summoning or not. It was just straight. And how do you feel like, how did you get it so consistent? Did you just kind of throw stuff together, or did you actually play test with this build?
I did make it like a few days before the tournament started, just because I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it to the tournament. So I just made this deck a couple days earlier to see if I could just troll around if I could make it. But, really, I just made it so that I could mill my points as fast as I can while still being able to search through my deck using and upstart. Those cards really didn't,
Mm-hmm.
like upstart and one day they don't really stop my deck at all. And
Right.
So let's go over the card choices. The ban cards that you chose. You chose Sangan, Cyberjar, Giant Shrewnay, Harpy Shredder Duster, and Pot of Greed. Do you think those cards, which of those five cards actually benefit you the most?
well, I would say it was probably Cyberjar or Trunade. Because I did win a game with Trunade that, like, as you guys saw that last game against, what was it? It was that last match. I can't remember what he was playing now. But I had my deck, I Trunated to get one less card in my hand. So I was able to reset and draw less cards than he would to win the game with my card destruction.
Hmm.
But also, Cyberjar, it was really good because if I didn't have that Morphing Jar, I could Morphing Jar the Cyber Jar like I would a Morphing Jar and flip it with Bukatayu to hopefully get into my Morphing Jar and still go off.
Hmm. I see. What was I gonna say? So, do you really feel that the ban cards actually helped you out, or it was just the limited cards that were at one that helped you out the most?
Oh, it was definitely the limited cards because 3 Book of Moon and 3 Morphing Jar and 3 card destructions. They're like those cards are ridiculous. Like Morphing Jar at 3, it already makes the deck so much more consistent. And if you get 3 Book of Moons and 3 card destructions, you're gonna mill out your, like they won't be able to do anything.
Right. What
And
do you?
also the triple one day, yeah, you get to.
Yeah, because you get your opponent to draw that extra card, and then you just set up for card destruction. Um, what was your hardest matchup? Do you think in the tournament? Do you think it was the final match, or was it some other random matchup that you weren't really ready for?
I would say it was the last match because it even though I would be decking them out, they could still activate their trap cards because they discard Makiora using my Morphing Jar, so they can still go off on my turn. So
Yeah.
that's a really scary matchup. The only reason why I won because I was able to prohibition his key card and he wasn't able to do anything about it.
Yeah, that was an interesting side choice in terms of, putting yourself over the edge in the final matchup. If you remember, Kirby.
Yeah, I remember it. It was just like Prohibition basically set the whole entire duel. Like I was
Yeah.
just like sitting there like, yeah, what unless this dude mains MST, there's no way this guy can come back from this.
Yeah, and I beat him on that turn too. So even if he ran the MST, he wouldn't have been able to do anything to it
Yeah, it would have been
on
too
my.
late, basically.
Yeah,
But
but I
wasn't
think he definitely should have sided out his Browse though, because Brow lost him the game so many times. Because I would just discard it with Morphing Jar, and he would end up drawing 2 cards instead of 1 because it's discarded from your opponent's card effect.
Mhm.
So I think he should have sided those out.
basically
Yeah.
you use his own advantage against them, basically,
Yeah.
which was pretty interesting. Like that's actually a pretty good strategy, especially abusing that he ran brows and stuff like that. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that is the reason why I won the first duel because I had 3 cards. He had 8, so he'd be drawing 4 extra cards, and that made him lose the game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one question. This is your opportunity to promote yourself now. Do you want to promote your channel? Do you have like a trade thing? Is there anything you want to kind of give yourself a shout out for? It's the reason for the tournament. It's why we host it. And this is actually your opportunity at this point to go ahead and do so.
All right, yeah. I have been trying to do a little bit of YouTubing, like every now and then. During the summer is really when I start posting up my videos and stuff. But I try to put videos that other people don't really talk about. Like I talk about, since I am one of the younger players in this game, I do like videos on our views as players and different top people won't be able to all the secret rare like Draco Stack or whatever. We're not able to afford that stuff, so we have to go and play the lower tier decks and still try to win. So I talk about that kind of stuff.
So, what the point you're trying to make is you're geared towards kind of the budget duelists in the game at this point, which there are a lot of those. I want to say there's more, but like surprisingly, like all of a sudden everybody has a freaking Draco stack. Like that's one thing I don't understand either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but you're geared kind of towards the younger players that can't quite afford, the big tier 1 cards, but you kind of just make it with what you have, basically. Which is respectable, and it makes a lot of sense at the same time. Right, Kirby?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, this game just got like, crazy expensive, but it doesn't force players to run the most expensive stuff. You can still be good and run something that's very budget. So I mean, I respect that a lot.
Well, and you learn aspects of, like, every card. Like, I remember when I first started playing, I wasn't necessarily running the Tier 1 deck, but I learned how to utilize some cards together so that once I started running some of the bigger decks out there, like, it became, I learned a lot more skills that way. And I'm sure you have a lot of those skills as well. When you go on, like, Dueling Network and you're just playing Elemental Dragon, a lot of the cards that you probably use in real life, you're kind of like, okay, this reminds me of something that I've already played somewhat. Like this.
Yeah. Because really, there's a lot of decks out there that can that still have a chance against meta, because last week I just brought Gravekeepers to a tournament. I went undefeated. I beat Dragons and Males, and I won with Gravekeepers. So really, there are some really cheap decks out there that can still win tournaments and beat the meta.
Yeah,
Nice. That's actually really impressive.
yeah. But what I was gonna say. Another question. Did you really enjoy the tournament? Are would you join if we would have done another one? Uh,
If we hosted another tournament, would you join? And do you have any advice for the next?
Oh yeah, I definitely would join, because like these tournaments are what I'm looking forward to on Saturdays, because sometimes I just don't have the money for locals, and so I look I really look forward to these tournaments, because there are really so many different decks that we can try out for these tournaments, and I just can't wait to keep on testing out different decks, seeing how they do against other people's ideas, and really I feel like the only thing you guys could do better is be more prepared before like the tournament starts. Cause last week, like it took an hour to finally get the tournament started. So that's the only thing I recommend. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine. I love playing these tournaments.
yeah, we'll get more a little bit more organized on during the week and stuff like that. It's just like we always get like last minute entries when we're live streaming, and it just gets out of control. But we'll try to do something to improve on that. We really appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll be able to make it to the next couple tournaments, because I'll probably be busy. But I really did enjoy the tournaments that I did make it to. It was extremely fun.
Yeah, we hope to see you in more. Like we always know that you bring it something really good in the tournament, which we always look forward to.
Yeah, like there are so many different decks I'm thinking about that can totally just come like surprise my opponents, because there's like I could just think off the top of my head a couple like right now, like Black Wings with triple Black Whirlwind, that'd be ridiculous, and Dark Worlds with Graceful Charity and triple card destruction. Like I'm surprised I didn't see anyone playing Dark Worlds. That was my only matchup that I was afraid of when I was playing Empty Jar.
Oh yeah. Well, we were about to get someone. I believe was who was it? TNA. TNA was gonna use Dark Worlds, but he decided to join Long. So there were gonna be someone that was using Dark Worlds, but you know who knows.
Yeah, like if I would have lost. Because if he would have ended up going to the final, I probably that would have been game over.
Yeah, it would have been a different aspect, but I mean, we did have like about CJ. Do you remember how many people did we had last week?
Gosh,
There was like 18, I think.
yeah, I think we had 18.
I mean, even though if there was someone using Dark Worlds, who would know that you would at least get paired up with that person? I mean, there were about 18 people. I mean, there's might be a slight chance you would have got up against that person, but who knows? I mean, there were pretty much a lot of people this week.
Yeah.
So it would have turned out something differently.
Hmm.
But what I was gonna say, is there anything you want to say before we end the interview?
Um, yeah, just a couple quick things. I want to thank CJ and Kirby for hosting these tournaments every week. Like, I really appreciate it. It's really fun, and I hope you guys just come and check out my channel. Maybe we'll have a link in the description or something. It's just HmongAssassin. That's my channel. That's my DN name. So yeah, just come check it out. Maybe subscribe. I'll try posting up some more videos quickly soon, because it's summer, so I'll have more free time.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see more people subscribe to you. I really look forward to see more videos and more interesting decks from you.
Yeah, just thanks, guys. It's like it just feels good to be able to interact with some of the bigger YouTubers. So
I mean, yeah. CJ, do you want to say anything before we end this interview?
I just want to say congratulations and thanks for, putting on a good show. And we really do look forward to, if you do get the time in one of our next ones, if you could join. Um, and anybody else, it's just a fun time. Me and Kirby most likely are going to just try and post it on our own because it seems to be a better option. But, just hopefully everyone checks it out and we can see some more originality.
Yeah. Make sure you guys check out everybody's channel, check out CJ's channel, check out HmongAssassin. There will be all in the annotation around this video and also on the description below. So don't forget to like, subscribe to each channel, and comment below with your thoughts on the deck. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate it for you guys watching this deck profile and this interview. Thank you, Hmong, for doing this interview. We really appreciate it. And thank you, CJ, for being partner with me on this tournament. Well, we'll be heading out, okay? Everybody, just say bye.
All right, later.
Bye.